Namaskar. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahmam, Tasmai Sri, Guruve Namaha. I shall read a quotation. One or two quotations, of course. I shall read a quotation. That is, never ignore a person who loves you and cares for you, because one day you may realize that you have lost the moon while counting the stars. You should be love, should be always. Next quotation. Winston Churchill said, pessimist sees difficulty at every opportunity. Okay. An optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. That should be there. We should stick on to our sadhana, practice. Optimistic view we have to develop. Now, let me read a story from Lalaji Maharaj in the book Autobiography of a Sufi. That is Autobiography of Lalaji Maharaj. So, I shall read the story. Lalaji said, I reminded of a story which was once narrated by my father when he took us, both the brothers, on morning walk. I would like to listen to it. This story relates to the incidents through which the God gave jnana to Devarshi Narada Mahamuni. Once, Devarshi Narad visited Lord Krishna in Dwaraka. So Narada visited Lord Krishna in Dwaraka. Lord Krishna welcomed him with great cordiality and asked him about the purpose of his visit. Devarshi Narad requested Lord Krishna to tell him what is Prakruti or Maya, illusion. So he put a question to Lord Krishna. What is Prakriti or Maya or illusion? Please tell me. Lord Krishna welcomed him with great cordiality and asked him about the purpose of his visit. Devarshi Narada requested Lord Krishna to tell him what is Prakriti or Maya or illusion. Lord Krishna very graciously told him that Prakriti couldn't be explained in words. It could only be experienced. Come with me. He took Narada. Come with me. Thus, they both left Dwaraka and reached a place in the deserts. They went to a desert, both. Narada asked surprisingly, where have you brought me? O Lord, how would I know about Maya in this desert? Lord Krishna asked him to have patience. Be patient, Lord Krishna told. And after going some distance, he suddenly stopped. Lord Krishna suddenly stopped. In the desert, he is going. suddenly stopped and told Narad that he could not walk any further. He was feeling thirsty. Krishna told to Narad. Then he gave him his pot to fetch some water from somewhere. So Lord Krishna gave pot and requested Narad to get water from desert, means oasis somewhere. You bring it. Narad consoled him, don't worry, Krishna, and said that he would fetch some water for him quickly. Yes, Radha said, Lord Krishna, don't worry, I will go and bring some water for you. Narad consoled him and said that he would fetch some water for him quickly. Narad then walked away in search of water. Narad started searching where is water for water. So, searching water. A little far away, he spotted an inhabitation. Narada has seen something, inhabitation. Some people are there, some creatures. Perhaps this was the grass form of Maya. It may be a Maya, illusion. He was delighted that he had found a well. Okay, there, Narada was delighted. Okay, there, some well, that is oasis is there. So, a beautiful girl was drawing water out of the well to fill her vessel. So he saw a beautiful girl was drawing water from that well. Okay. Narad was astonished at the beauty of this girl. Just Narada was astounded, bewildered, taken aback by seeing the beauty of that girl. Oh, what a glitterous girl. Oh, charming. What a beautiful blonde. Like that, Narada's thoughts are running in his mind. Narada then walked away. Okay, Maya. A beautiful girl was drawing water out of the well to fill her vessel. Narad was astonished at the beauty of this girl. He's fascinated, just fascinated by the beauty of the girl. Narad is a recluse. He is a bachelor. Somehow he is attracted by that beautiful blonde. Trying the well to fill her vessel. Narad was astonished to the beauty of the girl, this girl, who looked like a goddess. Oh God. See, you wonder. He was looking at the beauty of the girl and thought that, Arey, she is straight from the heaven, goddess. She must be a goddess. So much beauty she possesses. So Narada start thinking about the beauty of the girl. Then he immediately asked her, he went to her and then asked her if she could give him some water to quench his thirst. Narada eventually went to her girl, the girl, beautiful girl, and then asked her, can you give me some water to quench my thirst? Okay. Thirst, like that. The girl was as polite as she was beautiful. The girl, she gave water to, fetched water to Narada. She agreed with great devotion. By saying to Narada, she agreed with great devotion. And so he immediately asked her if she could give some water to quench his thirst. Some quench his thirst. She agreed with great devotion. Narad outwardly was drinking water, but was the but I mean yes, Narad outwardly was drinking water, but his eyes and mind were set at the blooming youth of the girl, and he was lost in it. Though Narada is drinking the water, yet his eyes were on the beauty of the girl, and his beauty means love drunk. I begin to love that girl. Set at the blooming youth of the girl, and he was lost in it. Lost in the beauty of the girl. Narad followed the girl to her house. He was following, she was going to the house and he was following her. Like Majnu, the great Majnu or Devdas, he was following the girl. Where he saw a person, in that house he saw a person and asked him whether he was the chief of the house. So then he saw a person, an aged man, elderly man, and asked, "Are you the chief of the house?" Then the man replied that he was not only the chief of that house, but was the landlord of the whole village. So the person told, "Not only I am the chief of my house, but landlord I am." Like that he told. So, landlord of the whole village, and asked Narada, and he asked Narada, "What is your purpose, sir?" He asked the elderly man, "What is your purpose of coming here? Please let me know." Then Narad, getting reckless, out of old man to did not take ill of it, and thinking that Narad was an appropriate groom for his only daughter. So the landlord thought, "Arey, this Narad seems to be very, very nice, grandeur. So why can't we marry this guy to my girl?" Like that the landlord thought. So then the old man too did not take ill of it, and and because he did not take. Narada said, "I want to marry the girl," but the elderly man was also said, "Okay," without any hesitation. What happened? So Narad was an appropriate groom for his only daughter, said, "Why not? You are young and healthy. But there is one condition." The elderly man accepted his proposal, Narad, and told that, "You are young and healthy. Come on, you marry my girl. I don't have any objection." Like that, he has given green signal. But a condition. But there is one condition. After marrying my daughter, you will have to stay in this very house in this village. That is the condition put forth by the elderly man. He told that, okay, you can marry my daughter. I don't have any objection. But you should not leave my daughter, my house, and go away somewhere. No, no, no. That you should not do it. You have to be in the house. Okay. So in Telugu, illarikam. The word is illarikam. Means the boy, after marrying the girl, he'll be in the house only. You don't need to go out and earn anything or do any business, nothing. Only he is bound to the house only, and the father-in-law will look after him. That is called the illarikam. So the same thing happened. He is also asking the boy, the Narad, to be in his house. So then, that is the condition. So Narad, who was deeply attracted towards the girl, immediately agreed. Narad was totally mad after the girl. He had not even a second thought about what the elderly man said. Okay, I will be here lifelong. I will not go anywhere. This is my house. She is my wife, and this village is my own native place. So like that, Narada immediately agreed for the condition put forth by the elderly person. So what happened? Narada was deeply attracted towards the girl, immediately agreed. Both of them then were tied in the knot of marriage. Okay, the elderly man immediately arranged the marriage, and they become wife and husband within no time. After a few days, the old man died. Unfortunately, the poor old man, he expired. He kicked his bucket. And Narada had to take charge of all his responsibilities. Now, what happened after the death of this old guy? All his responsibility fell upon, all his responsibility had to shoulder by Narada himself. See, that is one duty, that is one bondage. Narada had to take the charge of all his responsibilities. He was blessed with, then again, what happened? Narada was blessed with 4 children, and thus he got absorbed in his own world. Poor guy, Narada, what happened? He begot 4 children. Oh, to control 1 or 2 children, it is a great headache for the parents. But 4 children, you can imagine, 4 corners, they will rock. And Narada, what to do? He has to take burden of the responsibilities of his father-in-law and these children, 4 children, and he has to manage them. So much he is involved, so completely involved in the worldly affairs, family affairs. After a few days, the old man died, and Narada had to take charge of all his responsibilities. He was blessed with the 4 children, Narada, and thus he got absorbed in his own world. That's all. He is completely immersed in his family, the world of his family, and there's no other way. Narada lost in his family and family with his wife and children. He was blessed with 4 children and thus got absorbed in his own world. When he would take one of his children in his lap, the other would ask him to take him in his lap and so on. So the children will not keep quiet. No? When he is sitting in the home, each children will come and then doing mischief, making allegations that he is not giving comfort to them by taking them, by singing, dancing. Poor Narada, his life has become miserable plight. Okay, then Then what happened? Considering this to be ultimate success of life, so what Narada thought, "Arey, this is the ultimate success in life, to take charge of the village, to take charge of the possessions and children. That is the ultimate success of life." Narad used to appreciate his fortune. Poor guy, he thought that he is so fortunate that he had a beautiful wife and wonderful children with large amount of property and everything. He thought, I am fortunate. Like that, he started thinking. Then, but then at the very moment, what happened? At the very moment, he became, he came across all sorts of difficulties in the form of flood, storms, and so on. He was very happy. He thought that he is fortunate being in this world. But suddenly, what happened? One day, one fateful day, one sad day, there was, he came across all sorts of difficulties in the form of floods, storms, and so on. So, floods and storms started attacking his house, his village. His wife and children started crying and asked him to save their lives. So, flooding. So, the water is flooding. And these, they were all, his wife and children were completely panic stricken. What to do? Oh, father, oh, husband, please help us. Otherwise, we'll carried away by the terrific storm and floods. So they were in agony, they were crying, screaming, means screaming to Narada. So Narada took them in a boat. Now flood, everybody is caught in the flood in the village, and the flood is taking everybody, including Narada and his family. So Narada took one boat, but the Narada took them, children and wife, in a boat, and in that turbulent water started somehow to save them. It's a turbulent water, flooding water. So he put his wife and children in a boat and trying to sail, row in the same flood. But the flood is giving lot of torture, torment, and then disturbance. And it is giving what is called turbulent waters, giving him agitation, and Narada became restless. Okay, but the boat got toppled. So he tried somehow. Narada was trying to save his wife and children, but unfortunately, what happened? The boat got toppled, and Narada could save neither his wife nor the children. The boat was capsized due to storm, heavy flood. Narada could not control the boat, and the result is the boat capsized, and his wife and children drowned. Okay, so so and drowning in water, his children were shouting for help, but Narada was helpless. He could not do anything. Suddenly, a big wave of water threw away Narada at the shore. So he was also swimming in the flood to catch, to save his children and wife. But a great wave, one wave came, and then it threw Narada at the bank of the river, shore of the river. So he was uh, next. Narad were helpless. Narad was helpless. Suddenly, a big wave of water threw away Narada at the shore. He was mourning. He was mourning and lamenting that he had lost his wife and children, and there was no purpose in his living alone without them. So Narada, though he was rescued by a flood, and at the shore, he started lamenting. He started weeping, crying, crying. What has happened? What is this? My wife and children, they have left me, and the flood, the furious flood, took them away into the somewhere into the ocean. And I became orphan. I don't have anybody else. So what is the use of living in this world with all these problems? I lost my village, property, my wife, children. And what I am going to do? I am in utter helpless fiasco, chaos. So why should I live instead of living restlessly? Death is more better than this life, this problematic life. So he came to that extent of despondency. Okay. So and children, Narad. So what happened? Drowning. Drowning in water, his children were shouting for help, but Narad could do nothing. Suddenly, a big wave of water threw away Narad at the shore. He was mourning and lamenting that he had lost his wife and children, and there was no purpose in his living alone without them. Instantly, he heard Krishna saying, he was in the at the shore, lamenting. Then far off, he heard a voice of Lord Krishna. What he is telling Krishna, saying, Narada, I am thirsty. Have you brought water? Lord Krishna was asking. Far away, he was shouting, Oh Narada, what happened? You are making delay. I am thirsty. Have you found out water and getting to me? He put a question to Narada. Instantly, he heard Krishna saying, Narada heard what Krishna is telling. Narada, I am thirsty. Have you brought water? This was Krishna's voice. Okay. Narada turned and saw Krishna standing in front of him. Suddenly, he looked, looked back. Who is calling me? Then he found Krishna standing in front of him, showing his glorious figure, magnanimous figure. Lord Krishna was standing for him and saw Krishna standing in front of him. He rushed and embraced Krishna. Immediately got up. Narada rushed to Krishna, went near to Krishna and embraced him. Embraced Krishna and said, Krishna, oh Krishna, my wife started weeping. My wife, my children, bring them to life again, O Krishna. Lord Krishna, I salute at your holy feet. I lost my wife, my children. Please, please get them back. I am helpless. I am in utter calamity, O great Lord. I want my wife and children. He is praying Krishna. Krishna alerted him. What are you saying, Narad? Krishna said, What are you saying, Narad? I don't understand. There was no wife, no children. All this was Maya. Arey, what a foolish man you are, Narad. What you are telling that your wife and children you have lost them and you want to bring me back to you. What is this nonsense? This is all your illusion. There is no wife, there is no children. Try to understand me. Like that, Krishna is emphasizing he is, he is means he is telling to Narada, what are you saying, Narada? There was no wife, no children, all this was Maya. Arey, this is a Maya, and you are in Maya now only, and you are not realizing what is reality. So, like that, Krishna told. Narada, Narada regained his consciousness. Oh God, what is this? Narada regained his consciousness. He has lost his consciousness totally. Just he was unconscious or he went into a blind panic. And now he got back. What is this man? He is telling that everything is Maya. He is looking curiously at Lord Krishna. Then Narada regained his consciousness. Immediately he regained his consciousness. He came to his conscious level and he was alerted by Krishna and saw Krishna in the form of Purusha. Then he came out of that illusion and saw Krishna. And, and then he realized that he was drowned in Maya, illusion, and nothing else. Like a dream, This world is also a very big dream or an illusion. So he realized, oh God, what a fool am I! I am in this illusory world, thinking that it is reality. And unnecessarily, I have to undergo the greatest suffering and misery. And now I realized by the grace of Lord Krishna that I was in illusion. So I got rid from the illusion. He felt great remorse. Consciousness saw in the form of Purusha, the luminous soul, who makes the entire creation dance to the tune of his eyebrows. So that is it. So that supreme self, supreme being, ultimate being, Krishna, he is he is he is running the show, this divine dynamics, divine drama, and he is the director. He is directing the divine drama of, it is Leela, it is called. He is playing, Babuji said, child plays with toys, man plays with imagination, saints plays with God, and God plays in his own play. So the Narada felt that the Lord Krishna, he is playing his own play. It is all his play, his game. So, like child playing with the toys, and Krishna is playing in his own play. So that is the story. The essence of the story is that even like Narada Mahamuni also, when he caught in Maya illusion, he has to suffer, face misery, reverses, whatnot, and let alone ordinary mortals like us. So we pray, we wait, tolerance, forbearance, and patience. That is only we have to be at the holy feet of the great master to make us realize our original state of existence. So for that we have to be always at the holy feet of the great master. That's all. I I take leave from you. I am thankful to all my well wishers, and because of your best wishes, and of course, and the grace of the great master, I suffered 7 days, 7 long days with positive, positive that COVID. Now, now I got back to normal state. So there is no negative result has come, and I am always thankful to you for my well wishes. and I will meet you again by the will of the great master. Till then, Om Shanti.